Have you ever felt like something is missing in your life, like there's a gap between who you are and who you could be? Maybe you've achieved success, formed relationships, followed the rules, yet deep down there's a quiet voice whispering, "This isn't all there is." What if I told you that the life you're living right now might not even be your own? That so much of what you call you, your beliefs, your identity, your desires, might be borrowed, shaped by others, and layered over your true self. But there's hope, that uneasy feeling, that inner voice. It's not a sign of something being wrong. It's a call to embark on the most profound journey you'll ever take, the journey toward individuation. Individuation is more than self-discovery. It's the process of becoming whole, of shedding what doesn't belong to you and integrating all the pieces of your true self. It's the difference between existing and living authentically. Now here's the question. Are you ready to face what lies beneath the surface? Because this isn't a journey for the faint-hearted. It's not about self-improvement or fixing what's broken. It's about peeling away illusions, confronting the shadowy parts of yourself, and stepping into your full power. Today, we'll explore individuation through the eyes of two giants, Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, and Osho, the radical mystic. Their approaches may seem worlds apart, but together they hold the key to unlocking the mystery of who you truly are. Stay with me for the next couple of minutes, and you'll not only understand what individuation is, but also discover how to start your journey. If you've ever felt trapped by expectations, haunted by your past, or unsure of your purpose, this is the video you need to see. So I ask you, are you ready to step beyond the mask and meet the person you were always meant to become? For Carl Jung, individuation was central to his work on the human psyche. He believed that our mind is composed of layers, the conscious, which includes our thoughts, feelings, and actions; the unconscious, a vast reservoir of forgotten memories, suppressed emotions, and inherited archetypes. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Imagine this. You're navigating life, making decisions, pursuing relationships. But beneath the surface, hidden fears or desires influence your actions. You might find yourself repeating patterns, choosing toxic relationships, or feeling inexplicably unfulfilled despite external success. This is where individuation comes in. It begins with the confrontation of the shadow, the part of ourselves we avoid. The shadow might be jealousy, anger, or shame, traits we don't want to acknowledge. But Jung taught that suppressing the shadow only gives it more power. The key is integration. Reflect on your judgments of others. Often what we criticize in others mirrors what we deny in ourselves. Observe recurring themes in your dreams. Dreams, Jung believed, are the language of the unconscious and can reveal the shadow. The journey doesn't end with the shadow. Jung introduced the concept of archetypes. These universal symbols shape our psyche. For instance, the hero represents courage and growth. The anima animus reflects the integration of masculine and feminine qualities. The wise old man symbolizes wisdom and guidance. Individuation is the process of reconciling these archetypes and ultimately connecting with the self, the true center of our being. For Osho, individuation wasn't a psychological journey, it was a spiritual awakening. He saw the root of human misery in societal conditioning. From the moment we are born, we are told who to be, what to believe, how to act. Osho once said, "You are born an original, but you die a copy." Think about it. How often do you act in ways that align with others' expectations? Perhaps you chose a career because it was safe, or you suppressed your passions out of fear of judgment. This is the false self, the persona we adopt to fit into society. Osho emphasized that individuation requires peeling away these layers of conditioning to rediscover your true self. This process isn't comfortable. It demands questioning everything you've been taught. Are your beliefs truly yours? Practical application. Osho encouraged direct experience over intellectual understanding. His teachings revolved around meditation, which he called the art of observing without interference. One of his techniques was dynamic meditation. It involves 1. Chaotic breathing to disrupt patterns. 2. Expressing pent-up emotions through movement or sound. Moments of stillness to connect with the essence of being. Unlike Jung, who focused on integrating the unconscious, Osho's individuation is about letting go, surrendering all borrowed ideas to find freedom. Individuation for Osho is less about adding to who you are and more about subtracting what you are not. At first glance, Carl Jung and Osho seem to approach individuation from entirely different worlds. Jung speaks the language of science, mapping the mind with meticulous precision. Osho speaks the language of mysticism, urging direct experience and inner rebellion. But their teachings share profound commonalities. 1. The false self versus the shadow. For Jung, the shadow is the dark, unconscious side of ourselves. For Osho, it is the false self imposed by society. Both agree that individuation begins by confronting what we avoid. Whether it's the shadow or societal conditioning, the goal is the same: to uncover the truth beneath the illusion. 2. Self-awareness as the key. Jung's individuation emphasizes self-awareness through understanding archetypes, interpreting dreams, and facing the unconscious. Osho's method involves observing thoughts and emotions without judgment, using meditation as the tool for self-discovery. 3. Wholeness versus freedom. While Jung frames individuation as wholeness, uniting the conscious and unconscious, Osho frames it as freedom, the liberation from false identities. Yet both ultimately guide us toward authenticity. The integration of their ideas offers a powerful approach. Start with Jung's reflective tools to understand yourself, then use Osho's meditative practices to experience your authentic being. How can you begin your individuation journey today? Here are practical steps inspired by Jung and Osho. Shadow work. Write down traits you dislike in others. Ask yourself, is this a reflection of something in me? Keep a dream journal. Look for recurring symbols or patterns. Meditation. Start with 10 minutes of silent observation daily. Let thoughts come and go like clouds without attaching to them. Try dynamic meditation if you feel emotionally blocked. Questioning beliefs. Take one belief you hold strongly. Investigate its origins. Why do you believe it? Is it truly yours? Embrace contradictions. You are both light and shadow, masculine and feminine, strength and vulnerability. Wholeness comes from accepting contradictions. Seek guidance. Read works by both Jung and Osho to deepen your understanding. So, here we are at the end of this journey, or rather at the beginning of your journey. Individuation isn't a one-time event. It's not something you can cross off a checklist. It's a lifelong unfolding, a dynamic process of becoming. Each step reveals new layers of yourself, new shadows to integrate, new truths to embody. Carl Jung reminds us of the immense depth within each of us. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This means facing not only your light, but also your darkness. It means looking at the parts of yourself you've hidden away, the fears, the insecurities, the failures, and accepting them as integral to your wholeness. Osho, on the other hand, challenges us to step away from everything we've been taught to believe about ourselves. He says, "The moment you accept yourself, you become beautiful. This acceptance, this surrender, is where true freedom lies. But let me leave you with a powerful realization. Individuation is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been, beneath the masks, the roles, and the expectations. It's about reclaiming your true self, unapologetically. This process isn't easy. It takes courage to face your shadow, to shed the layers of societal conditioning, to walk a path that's uniquely yours. But what could be more fulfilling? What could be more empowering than knowing at the end of your life that you lived authentically, that you became whole? Individuation is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery, integration, and liberation. Carl Jung reminds us to face the depths of our unconscious, to map the psyche and find wholeness. Osho invites us to rebel against conditioning, to strip away the false self and awaken to freedom. Individuation asks us to confront our fears, question our beliefs, and embrace our authenticity. It's not easy, but it is transformative. So let me ask you, who are you beneath the layers of shadow and societal expectations? Are you ready to begin your journey toward individuation? Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Oscar Wilde.